Okay, Scorpio, what is up? Hi. Hi, Scorpio. My name is Tiffany. This is the Feminine Inquisition. We're doing your reading for the month of October. We're going to ask and start with your challenge. We will use 2 decks, and you'll know it's your reading by what shows up. This is for any Scorpio placements that you absolutely love to identify with, or any Scorpio people that you just can't get enough of. After the challenge is clarified, we will then go into weeks 1 through 4 and see what's coming at you, why it's important, and if you should care. I want to tell you that I started to do your reading yesterday. And yeah, it was challenging. There was a lot about a relationship that was asking too much of you, and you didn't know how to manage your personal identity, but also you wanted to be in this connection. And I felt that it was very, very specific and also so typical Scorpio. I was bored. So let's get into it, okay? Can I see the challenge for Scorpio for October? Thank you so much, please, and thank you. So I have the Sun in reverse, followed by the 6 of Cups to the 3 of Swords. I think that with the Page of Cups popping out, look, someone's trying to manage an apology as they're emotionally confused and they're betraying themselves. This mindset is fucking up everything. I think that the eclipse, is what I was saying before that, is really, we're still in the aftermath of what it means to shed skin, to let something go. Mars is now in your sign. The 7 of Cups that we just saw is Venus, and we dealt with the 7 of Cups in the previous reading as well. There is a saturation of experience that's going on. This is the Sun in Scorpio. A lot about you showing up, connecting, and then feeling a little bit conflicted about it. This is the challenge, right? Don't want to be seen. Don't have awareness. Can't see the whole picture. This is a turning your back on consciousness. This is unhappiness. This is, I'd rather just be shut up in my room. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to you. This is taking a step back into the history, bridging the gaps between where you are now, where you come from, the ancestry that brought you here, but also the connection that you're bonded to, and bridging the gaps between the histories that you both come from, the culture that you are separated by, how you have a love language, what it means to lean in and smell the flowers and have appreciation, right? This is a forward movement, but through appreciation and recognition of the past. And that means past soul connections, but also the lineage that you are a part of, the story that you are carrying out, right? Like you're a body in your soul. The people that show up on your path are part of your journey that you created. And so this is a reluctance to live that out. And then look, here's breaking of your own heart. So with this at the bottom, I would say that the mindset is an issue on both sides of this equation. Whomever it is that you are sharing flowers with in this middle card, the 6 of Cups, external harmony as it relates to the Sun in Scorpio. Yeah, there's a bit there. There's a bit there. It's not very different from the previous reading, but let's get into it and we'll see. Can I please see? We're going to do 2 more shuffles. For Scorpio, shed light on the situation, please. What's this challenge? Why is the Sun in reverse? Let's just start with why we can't look at something. Okay. Can I see the Sun, please, for Scorpio? Why is the Sun here in reverse as a challenge for the month of October for Scorpio, please? And thank you. 1 card. I got the... So what you're saying to me is that I don't want to either look back at the situation because it's over, I've closed it out, and or I am not going to talk about this because someone did not value me, and it's not my responsibility. If they want to say that, you know, I was the villain, even though they may have hurt me, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'll be the villain. I'll pick up these pieces. I'll clean up your shit. Don't worry. Got you. Okay. Interesting, you know. That's another fixed sign. So this is Mercury in Taurus. So there's a lack of adaptability here. We have the Sun, Leo, fixed fire. We have the Sun in Scorpio, fixed water. And now the Five of Pentacles, fixed earth. You want to show me fixed air soon? Can I please see the Six of Cups for Scorpio for this challenge? Three of Swords, this time in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. Seven of Cups came back around. Different deck, but here it is again. We're talking about emotional clarity or sudden death. Like I said, I'll show you the pictures. There it is. Turning that around so that one can understand projections of the mind and or where they are in the dark of their own sensations, feelings, nightmares, dreams, fantasy. Do they know what is real? That's a curious place. That's fixed fire again, but it's on its head. So, look, this is a lot of games. This is a person who is playing games, a person who is a little malicious at times, right? Let's just see what this button does, right? Someone that just pushes buttons to be like, looks like you don't like that. You know those people. It's all in good fun until your voice gets raised and they're like, oh my God, why are you yelling? Because, you know, fondle a trigger, you're going to see what happens. And people who like to play games don't like when someone else has the gun, right? So who's in this Six of Cups? This is you and another person where immaturity is breaking down what was the hope for true connection, for peace, for prosperity, for abundance and love, for harmony and connection, for pleasure, This is the Lord of pleasure. And we went from the 6 to the 7. And why? Because someone is breaking and unbreaking the heart and expectations because of games, because of the mind. Going back and forth. And so there's a change that comes by the hand of, I'm thinking you. I don't think this is you playing games. I think you're showing me that you have developed a better sense of reality by accepting what is. If someone wants to play games with you, cool. I'm not going to tell them, hey, stop playing games with me. I'll let them play their own game. Then when they realize it's just them on the court, well, they'll realize it's not so fun anymore, is it? Show me this Three of Swords in the challenge. Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, that's your fresh perspective. You have become enlightened and you have released Nine of Wands in reverse. You let it go. You're not going to be able to hold on to this. You can't support that. There's nothing to hang on to at this point. And if you did hang on, you'd be thinking about, when is this next eruption going to take place? When is the next big game going to go on? When am I going to, when is this explosive moment going to occur? What is it going to be? Something I said that's going to turn into, a battle. Okay. Let's go weeks 1 through 4, okay? For Scorpio, can I see October weeks 1 through 4, please? Weeks 1 for Scorpio for October. That was the Judgment. Way down there. Weeks 2, or week 2, not weeks. Week 2 of October for Scorpio. The Lovers. Week 3 for October for Scorpio. The Tower. There it is. Week 4 for Scorpio for October. The 4 of Cups. Okay, so let's just talk about how in the month of October, for 4 cards, you've got 3 majors with a major also on the bottom of the deck. This is a big moment. This is a big month. It's the 10th month. It's also as we lead up into your season, so your energy is getting brighter. Mars is in your sign, so there's an element of courage, right? Some sort of discipline, some sort of identity. Your solar plexus, right? Like the I. What do I want to do? How does my energy want to enter the world? The Martian spirit within. And so in the first week, we have judgment. There's an aha moment, there's a breakthrough, there's a looking back into the previous choices that led to these moments, this moment that you're in right now. What kind of parameters have you been using to make choices? And does that need an assessment, right? Does that need adjustment? Because you're suddenly, I think, in week 2, coming to the realization that you are the love of your life. And that in order to not deal with that noise, you have to really honor that, like every day, every single day in a very micro and macro level, like all the small choices that you take. So week 2 brings you to what week 3 will be is the big shift. I think it starts out very small, like I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to wake up early, or I'm going to, create a new ritual. I'm not going to do the rituals I'm currently doing. Whatever best practices you now put in place on a small scale, within 1 week's time, it becomes a huge shift for you. And that tower in week 3 is probably the locking in and the concretization of the fresh perspective that you have from the Hanged Man, right? When you release it, when you let it go. Now, in week 4, I don't know if this is you or if this is the response to you letting it go. Now, just because you let something go doesn't mean you don't care about it anymore. So this could very well be you. Yeah. Okay. So I have you balancing out slowly 4 alignments for shared responsibility and showing up as love, even if that's alone, right? Because you're distilling the clarity from your experience. All right, let's get in. Let's talk about the judgment first, right? We know what you're calling judgment on, but if we can get specifics about the actual criteria, what maybe dawns on you, what you may learn about you, right? Because these are the old, this is old bits of you. And so you may learn something about you that you didn't anticipate recognizing, and that's going to help you move forward and also come into this alignment, okay? Can I see the judgment for Scorpio? It's not your burden, like you told me before. Maybe you're recognizing that actually every time that you just picked up the pieces and said, it's fine, I'll be the villain. No problem. Yeah, got it. I'll take it from here. Thanks, Bob. You said, actually, this has done me more harm and ruined my reputation in more ways than I'm actually prepared to continue doing. I don't need to pick up any pieces for anyone. I don't need to carry dead weight. You know that, I don't know who says it actually, but it's very funny. When you see an ant carrying another dead ant, when you see an ant carrying a dead ant, it's not taking it home to take care of it. That is not what the ant is taking that body for. So we don't need to carry dead weight. And if you think that you could live in the same way, sharing space with people who are not on your level, then you don't recognize how it damages your capacity to shine. Because I have the sun here 2 times, we're talking about being seen. And there is this burden that you are releasing and being complete with in the month of number 10. You don't want to hold what's not yours anymore. Yeah? Yeah, recognizing what you have that's important, that's worth it to hold on to, what has had a hold on you, and what you can let go of, because you cannot receive from this life if all of your hands are full. Okay, let's go. Moving on. The Lovers, the Tower, and the Four of Cups. I'm going to skip the Lovers in week 2. It's very clear to me, from especially now that I've clarified the Judgment, but I want to see the change. For Scorpio, can I see this Tower, please? Thank you. No? For Scorpio, please, can I see this Tower? There it is, 10 of Pentacles. Can I see this Tower coming into abundance? No long Judgment, strength. Oh, wow. So, let's see. Let's talk about this for a second. If we were talking about reputation like we were, the 10 of Pentacles would be it. This is you. This is your environment. This is your local community. This is your networking. This is your job. This is your church. This is your, even your coffee shop, right? The 10 of Pentacles is also the inner workings of how money moves around you and through you. Every single branch of your tree of life that you pour into, the way that it moves in your favor. And you are calling judgment on fixed fire again. With this at the bottom of the deck. I think that this judgment is saying that you're so sick and tired of meeting people who show up super enthusiastic, super bright, ready, excited, exuberant, bold, right? But in the end, they don't have any stamina at all. And so you're calling judgment on false ego. You're saying, and the reason is because it's with this. You're calling judgment on false ego. There are people who pretend that they are ready to be at your level, on your level, with your depth, ready for your depth, but actually they're on a superficial basis. They don't dig deep. They don't know how to ask questions. And when and if they do, they get lost because they don't have the emotional endurance. They don't. Which is why they end up blaming you. Okay, so we call judgment on this Four of Cups. They're in the 4th week, which means that there's a confrontation between you and this Four of Cups. Let's learn. Show me what goes on. 4th week, 4 of Cups for Scorpio. 4th week, 4 of Cups for Scorpio. That's a price check on 4 of Cups for Scorpio, the 4th week of October. Thank you. Man, I hate when they fly. Man. Oh, no. So I got the Lovers in reverse. Empress is marking here what is not worth your time. Please. Pretty sure that my cat is more bird than she is cat. First. Not even a page's amount of effort. She speaks when you listen. When you are quiet enough to listen, you know deeply that this connection is not worth anything. And even if they come back, and even if you have to spend time explaining it to them, what your value is, right? How this is not a productive use of your energy, and really, you just gotta fucking go. Oh, look what's after that. Fixed air. This is Jupiter in Aquarius. You have shown me all the fixed. So you you go through a process here of speaking to power. And I think that this is in the matter of relationships, because you showed me the Three of Swords and the Lovers. But this is not about a sad experience from a relationship ending. That's not the idea. The idea is about learning what it means to share responsibility in matters of love, in matters of the heart, in matters of energy, in matters of emotional maturity. And I think that what happens here, it sets you spinning into a direction of empowerment. You didn't show me the Death, right? You didn't show me your power card, but you did show me the Tower. And that is a Mars card, and also sometimes it's associated with Scorpio because Mars used to be dedicated as your ruler. And so also with Mars entering Scorpio, I think there is a swift identity shift that takes place in the 3rd week this month. And it has to do with you putting down things that are not yours to carry. Remember the dead ants, okay? And I don't think that you're burdened about any time wasted or anything like that. I think you're pretty clear in this judgment call that you needed to do this. You needed to go through these processes. They've helped you determine an emotional depth and a practice in the back and forth in relationships, but that now you don't want to be seen in these kinds of connections. In fact, you don't want to look at these kinds of connections. There is a deep sense of knowing that you will choose wisely and call it for what it is the minute that you see it and walk away. Whether or not it leaves other people dissatisfied or not is not your concern. Yeah, you very clearly started straight out of the gate. What's your challenge? Sun in reverse to the Five of Pentacles. I'm not looking at what you can't adapt to. Not my burden, not my life, not my sticks. Okay, cool. Well, I leave it there. Super empowering reading this month, and I hope you have a beautiful October. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ciao.